Good evening, everybody. This is John Burgos, and welcome to tonight's special edition of Beyond the Ordinary Show. And this evening we have Raquel Spencer, who hasn't been with us in quite some time, and it's so wonderful to have her back. And I, like you, if you've listened to Raquel or perhaps haven't listened to her in a while, I'm curious what she's expanded into, the awareness that she's bringing in, and again, that wisdom, that intelligence that she is so attuned to that we can receive today. So for me, this is going to be an exciting call. We'll open up to some Q&A later on the phone call as well, but there's some topics that are really important that Raquel's going to share with us about, that I hope that you take the time to sit back and just allow yourself to embody, to listen, to receive, without the need of your mind needing to do anything with it, but just being this flow of what's transmitting through. And if you do feel like you need to get into a mental state with it, just trust that the replay will be available afterwards and that you can dive in deeper from that perspective for another part of the integration that perhaps you're ready for as well. And Raquel, again, today is talking about awakening is an inside job, but ascension is a collective event. So this is going to be fantastic. And if you're not familiar with Raquel is a catalyst for spiritual awakening. Her no-nonsense approach provides a refreshing and grounded pathway for personal growth and empowerment. Calling herself a spiritual warrior, and she definitely is, her tagline says it all: guide you through the BS and beyond so that you can get on with what you're here to do. Considered one of the next generation's transformational visionaries and leaders, she opens the dormant mind-body pathways and cellular codes of light to assist you with remembering your divine sovereignty. Referred to as a multidimensional energy electrician and cellular light and sound specialist. I always love that about you. That title, it sounds so accurate. Her skills come from direct access to higher states of consciousness and memory. And with that, Raquel, welcome to tonight's call. And thanks for being here today.
Thank you. It's so good to be here. Hello, everyone. I'm coming to you from just north of Tulum, Mexico. And I've been down here the last couple of weeks, really soaking in the energies down here. And I'm so happy to be coming to you live from this part of the world right now, when so few of us are getting opportunities to travel. So.
Yeah, thanks for bringing in that energy from the Yucatan to all of us that are on this transmission. So Raquel, before we get into the ascension and the inside job, I'd love if you go a little bit into describing what you're calling the cellular light activation, or why you call yourself a cellular light and sound specialist.
Excellent. I'd love to do that. So many of us, there's so many varying ideas about what ascension is, even in the spiritual world. And one of the things that many people overlook, I think, or just kind of don't really put a lot of focus on or awareness on, is the transformation that the physical body is literally going to go through to achieve the ascension process. And so my work, that has always been my number one priority since I woke up and started doing this work, is to help people really rebuild the cellular level, the light body technologies that are required to actually access higher states of consciousness. And so the cellular light specialist is actually helping people really infuse, really embody. And that's kind of the key word, embodiment of consciousness. It's not something you can think your way through. It's not something that is out there. It is an embodiment of the light encodements and light wisdom that actually comes into the physical form, that actually transcends and gets you into higher states of communion with our true galactic history, what it means to be a sovereign being of light, what higher consciousness actually entails, and to actually bring that down into this level of reality and live it. And so the light in the cells is paramount. And it's a technology, it's a light technology. It's a way in which this physical human experience can raise frequency to a level that you can actually tap into other dimensions of reality and actually live from a higher level of consciousness. Without the light in the body, without the light body itself being repaired and turned on, there is the disconnect that happens. And we're born into the disconnect. We're born into a body. Well, let me restate. Those of us in our generation, you and I, John, those of us that are 30, 40, 50, 60, we were born into a bodysuit that is actually needs to be reactivated and hooked up and repaired. The little ones coming in right now, their bodysuits are completely different. They're operating on a whole different circuitry than we were, or that we are, right? And so my work, when I came in the cellular light specialist and sound specialist, it actually helps to reawaken at the literally the subatomic levels, your capacity to actually integrate, hold, and embody source energy and your soul.
Where does some of the symptoms, or what comes up as we start activating these light codes within us? What begins to change?
Hopefully everything. Hopefully everything. Because one of the first things that the body, first of all, let's just get this out in the open. We have never done this before.
Mm-hmm.
Let's everybody take a breath. We have never ascended from this level of density and separation in a human body that has been so disconnected ever. Everybody just breathe that in. There is not, we weren't born with a manual. This is the first time doing this. Now, there's a whole group of us. There's thousands of us here that are part of a team of very advanced beings of light who are specialists at actually ascending. Yet the specialties that we come from are not from this level of density. Okay, so when we talk about this, guys, you got to remember, we've never done this before. Not in this kind of a bodysuit, not in this 3D dense wave separation duality bodysuit. We've never done it before. So just take a breath and really breathe that in, because a lot of people, you need to realize that, and you need to realize that you're also a very advanced being of light. If you're watching your show, John, if they're watching, they're tuning into you, they know something big's going on here.
Yeah.
And so just take a breath and remember that we didn't come in with a manual. We're doing this as it comes, because everything we're doing's not been done before, right? Everything we're doing, we've not done from this level of density before. So just give yourself that awareness to know that, there's going to be some rocky road here sometimes, right? Because it isn't smooth sailing. We've never done this before. This is all something that we all agreed to do. We all said yes. And believe me, there's thousands and thousands and probably millions of beings that were wanting to get in body on this planet to do this, right? But some of the symptoms, as we begin to awaken, there's a lot of body pain, body issue, things going on in your physical body that, damn, there's no reason for. Why the hell does my elbow hurt? Why the hell does my foot hurt? I didn't smash it. What's happening? Why is this hurting? And it's because your light body and your cellular structure is starting to release and open to receive higher levels. And so everything from, the ascension, it's funny because you and I have been around long enough in these circles, you know, the ascension symptoms, right? Oh my gosh, why are my eyes blurry? Why am I hearing ringing in my ears? You know what? Damn, my back hurts. What the hell? Well, I didn't do anything, right? It is all a part of the light body opening and the cellular structure actually releasing. And it feels relatively physical for a lot of people, because the density that we hold in this level of consciousness, it takes a lot to move it. And the ego, the personality ego, likes to show its ugly head everywhere. So the ego will also do a lot to pinpoint, oh man, you're just getting old. No, you're not doing this right. There's all kinds of different things the ego will do. Oh, you're in pain. You must not be doing this right. Oh, wait a minute. All this kind of thing, right? So there's so many things that happen, but the body has to go through the clearing process. And I'll be the first one to say, how many freaking layers of the onion are there in the clearing process? Haven't we been doing it for decades? And the truth of the matter is we have, and yet there's a lot of us here. There's a lot of us here that are working big collective pieces. So we're not just clearing our shit. We're not just clearing, we are clearing the morphogenic fields. We are clearing big pieces of consciousness. And it can at times take its toll on the body. Have you noticed that? I know that, I mean, you're super fit. You've always worked out. You've always run. I know you were to go do your workout and your proteins. That's what I remember you were always super fit. But do you ever experience any of the physical ascension
absolutely.
symptoms?
Yeah, from years ago, even up to now, there's periods where I need to sleep. I just need to lay on the couch. I don't know why I have this pounding headache. I never get headaches, and why this is coming in. It's different symptoms come at different times, and they're not quite as severe as they were in the beginning. And I think also we learn how to navigate with it as well, and to listen a lot more quickly to our body's intelligence, which is part of the embodiment process as well. Our body is having an opportunity to catch up with the source of intelligence that's flowing through us. And there's a dance that's occurring that's more in sync than it ever has been before.
Yeah. Well, and that's part of, you know, too, really stepping into honoring that process, because, you know, you and I, and most of the people I think on this, listening to this program, oh my gosh, you can't take a nap in the middle of the afternoon. You have to be, you know, you have to be doing something. You can't take a break. I mean, you know, come on, where's this? That's the mentality we were raised with. So, you know, sometimes it's really hard from an egoic structure to go, oh my God, I got to lay down for 20 minutes. I don't know what the hell just happened, but if I can, those of us who have the opportunity, we have the ability to do that. My heart goes out to those that are working 40 hours a week still, and something hits and they just can't go do that. But you know, it's part of learning to, like you said, really go with the flow and recognize that so much of this is part of the process. And a lot of times what we're feeling is a collective energy that's happening. It's not all about us. I have clients all the time go, oh my God, I was just weeping my eyes out last week and I don't know why. Where did it come from? It wasn't mine. It wasn't theirs. It was a collective clearing that was happening. And we're so intuitive. Most of us are so, whether you really know it or not, you're tapped in, you feel it. You can't quite put words to it, but you feel it. And to be able to really be gentle with ourselves, to move through these waves. And that's really what's happening. There's waves. And the thing of this is the waves have started to come a lot faster. We used to have, a decade ago, we used to have, a huge influx of light codes come in, and we'd have 6 weeks to integrate them. Not the case anymore, because things are speeding up and things are happening in the quantum level so fast, and we're seeing it. We're starting to see it. We're feeling it down here. Never Never as fast as our human personality would like. I'll be the first to say that one. I'm always, where is it? Where is it? Come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Because we want it to drop down from the quantum into this level of consciousness so much faster. But we have to really understand the flow. And, you know, you and I have talked about this 10 years ago when we first met, talking about being in divine flow, really following the intuition, dropping into your heart or up to your heart or sideways. I always say drop down because most people are mental. Most people are in their heads. To really drop down into the heart and say, whoa, okay, what is this? Do I even need to know? Do I need to just honor it? Can I honor it? Can I allow myself? Can I get out of my own way and just be in the moment with that energy?
So Raquel, why is all this happening? Why is all this happening now? What's this lifetime really about?
Oh my gosh. So first and foremost, let me say this to most of you out there. This is the wrap up. We are ascending, okay, from, like I said, the lowest level of consciousness. And we're not just ascending. This is not the only planet that is ascending. It's not even just the solar system. It's not even just the galaxy. Everything is being moved into higher levels of consciousness. We're actually wrapping up this universal experience that was set up to experience separation. And we hit a certain time in cosmic history. We set a point in time, and actually that changed. Remember back to the 2012 and the 2012 and, the world was going to come to an end. And that wasn't actually a true timeline. That back during the harmonic convergence, we changed. Back in 1987, there was a go, no go decision made that there were enough of us on the planet. There were enough super advanced light beings on the planet embodied that we weren't going to go through and just wipe out civilization like we've done before with the floods and the cataclysms and the pole shifts. We were going to actually ascend with everyone alive, all life on the planet to ascend with. Okay. And so this is the biggest being here on this planet. And how do you even explain this? But this is the biggest ticket in the universe. We all fought to get down here. We were stammering in line. No me, no me, no me. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. We forgot that we were going to get down here and go, what the hell? I don't remember what this was like. Where's Daniel? Wait, I can't do this. What? Let me back, right? Which most of us have done, right? At some point. But we are literally at a time in cosmic history where things are happening to literally wrap up this experience. How many of you have been hearing about the Stargates? How many of you have heard about the Mother Arcs? How many of you have heard about Trinity Gates? These are gateways that have opened that haven't been opened for 50, 75, 100,000 years. These have not been open in this civilization or the one before that, or the one before that, or the one before that. What is happening right now is Earth, and it's not even Earth, Gaia, as a divine being of light, that she is awakening. And a lot of people don't necessarily like to go through the story of what has really been playing out on this level of consciousness or in this quadrant or section of the universe. But there has been a lot of things that have brought us into even a deeper level of experience of separation. You've heard about the Galactic Wars, you've heard about the fall from grace, you've heard about, alien agendas, all of that stuff, right? And most of us don't like to even dwell there. I know I didn't. I don't want to go there. I'm blind, right? But just because we don't want to go there doesn't mean it isn't happening. And we have the Gaia as a body herself, Gaia as a divine being of light, has agreed, just like all of us, everybody who's played out, let's get that out as well. Everyone who is here, they're saying, I can't say that, 99.98% of those of us who are in body right now, right? A huge amount of have played both in the light and the dark, because we have multiple life streams going on simultaneously right now. Everything happens in the quantum in the now moment. We have multiple life streams happening right now, playing out in the light and the dark. The light and dark battle agenda experience, I like to think of it as kind of this cosmic movie that we decided to do. It was an experience, an experiment, and we all said yes. Nobody was a victim. Everybody said, we'll go do it. Ooh, and it was like, ooh, movie roles, movie roles, movie roles. Ooh, I want to be that villain over here. That sounds fun. Ooh, no, I'm going to be the good guy over here. No, let's go play that role. And we did all of this. And this lifetime is when we're really undoing all of the lower level magnetics, all of the dark agendas, all of the things that have gotten us out of alignment. And it's not, there's no judgment in this. We all participated at some level on both sides of it. It's just time to wrap up the movie. It's like, cut, okay, let's take it apart, boom, 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 let's get ourselves, oh, really, wait, I'm an advanced being of light. Ooh, how fun. Ooh, let's bring that character back in, and let's bring that aspect back in, and let's embody it all and remember who we are. And that's what we're doing. And so as Gaia is in process of unlocking herself, she's been locked down by all kinds of different things, different technologies, dark technologies, all kinds of things to this planet over thousands and thousands and thousands of years. She's done. She's awakening. All of that stuff is getting reversed. Everything that's locked her down is starting to be unlocked. And as she unlocks, we're fractals of the whole. We're fractals of her. And as she unlocks, guess what? For the first time, we get to, because she's leading the way. And so as all of this starts to unlock and unwrite itself and come back into the original blueprint, we've been hearing about that for 1,000 years, right? The original blueprint. But as the magnetics come back into alignment, as everything gets undone that has locked her down, and it's a process. I wish we could go to-dink, 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 and in the quantum we do. Down here, still in that time matrix, right? It's like, and it has to scaffold. It has to happen. This has to happen. And then we wait for the, a frequency hit. And then this can happen. Then we wait because everybody has to get on the frequency. Then this can happen. And we are doing this as, again, back to the original thing that I said, the awakening is an inside job, but the ascension is a collective event. No one is going to be able to stay alive in a body on the planet and not go through what it takes to activate the light body. We are at that point. Nobody's going to get left behind. If you go, we now have what are called the Trinity gates that are open, that are kind of like way stations. So those who have transitioned have kind of like a halfway house where they can untangle when they're out of biological form and actually start to jump out of what has been kind of a how do I want to say this? A part of the universe that has been sectioned off to have this really, really intense deep dive into separation. And it's time for us to be able to integrate all those aspects and connect back up with the truth of who we are throughout all of the different dimensions, through the different time matrices, through the different universal time matrices and the harmonic universes. And I mean, there's the project, I have to say, the project of what we're doing, you guys, blows your mind. There are so many layers to what we're doing. There is so much that is happening. And there's so many teams that are in process right now. And here's the fun part. Here's the fun part. Many of you are on those teams and you don't even know it. Your consciousness of your light body has not caught up to what you're doing in the higher realms as part of the collective team here to get all the work done, to unravel it all, to rewrite it all, to bring it all back into the proper alignments, right? And so I know that for many, they feel like, oh, I'm not doing anything. I'm not participating. I don't know what's going on. What's happening? I just feel like I know something big is going on and I'm just going through the motions right now. I'm just going through my life trying to be happy. I don't get it. I don't understand what's happening. And there's reason for a lot of that, especially in this lifetime, because if we really saw, especially what has transpired over the last 5 or 6 years, that's a lie. Since 2012, if we really had full access, I don't know how many of us would have been able to get through it. If we'd really seen the battles that were taking place, if we'd really known that we were, oh my God, we were part of the dark agenda. That's not me. That's not me. I couldn't be that. Oh my God, our mental psychotic mind would have been really challenged. So many of you made the choice. Oh, I'm not going to see that yet. I'm just going to have to go on what is the strongest level of intuition, which is knowing. Your visions can be wrong. Your, you can even hear things that if you're not quite aligned quite yet can be a little off, but you're knowing in that heart, if you are operating from the center of your heart and if you're running everything through your heart, and that's right here, this high heart, if that's where you're functioning from, then you have this incredibly deep knowing that something big's going on. I know it. I'm going to keep listening to John. I'm going to keep listening to so-and-so because I know something's going on. And one of these days, I'm going to really get it. Right? Does that make sense? I mean, so many, you guys are going on freaking blind faith of a deep knowing because you know, and you've known since you were little, man, something's different this time. Something big's going on. And you're right. You're absolutely right to the core of your bones.
Amazing what's going through and the clarity in which you speak it in. You spoke about aspects before, and then there's the aspect, and you alluded to it a little bit, but I want to get deeper into it. The aspects of our galactic self, the galactic experience that if we don't embrace that, there could be something that we're bypassing that's really important for us to integrate.
Right. And first and foremost, let's go back. I kind of, I put it in a semi-jokingly way of describing it, like a movie, because you have to get out of your own ego's way. Every one of us, and again, they're saying, no, not everyone. There are some that didn't go through that. Very few, 1 or 2%, but most of us here, when we decided to do the deep dive, and I call it a deep dive, that's my verbiage, right? But when we decided, we've experienced incredible things in this universe, but the whole point of the universe was duality and separation. How much further can we, what would happen if we weren't connected, fully aware to source energy? What would that experience be like? We haven't done that yet. Ooh, okay, source wants to experience everything in this container, right? And so and I say we, there was, it was all, no one was forced into this. Everybody agreed. Oh, we haven't done that. That sounds like a valuable experience. And so we set off to dive deeper and into a further level of separation eons ago. eons ago, in our time, in our linear thinking of time. Okay, time doesn't exist, but from a human perspective, that was a really long time ago. And once we started that, once we disconnected the very first time from that incredible, loving, ever-flowing, life-giving source energy, stuff started going downhill from there. Because all of a sudden we didn't have access to ever-giving life source energy. And gosh, when you don't have that, you got to get it somewhere. And hence wars, hence conflicts, hence I need what they have and we're going to take it, right? And so, I mean, this happened over hundreds of thousands of years, you guys, but there have been the Galactic Wars, the Electric Wars, all of these things, the Orion Wars, all of these things actually took place. And when we said yes to doing this deep dive, we went in, we're all source energy. We'll go in and experience this. This will be source experiencing source. And we went in willingly. And then we kind of got stuck without a way out. And then we fell further. And then some support came in and shit, they got hijacked and couldn't get out. And then we fell further. And then we blew up planets. Oh shit, what happened to all of that? And then we fell further. Okay, so there's, and I say this in a kind of a silly, haphazard, light way because it can get really heavy. And I want you guys to stay in your heart about this. We all chose to do this because it was something that had not been experienced. This was a universe designed to experience duality and separation. That was the whole point. And we hadn't gone there. Sounds like a good idea, right? And so we all went willingly. And we signed up for the light and the dark. Ooh, I want that role. Ooh, nope. Roll call over there. I want that one. Nope, I'm going to play in that one over there. Oh, nope, I'm going to be the good guy this time. Oh, nope, I'm going to be bad. Ooh, that sounds fun. I'm going to be a villain. Ooh, let's see. And we went through, and we actually went through all of these incarnations, okay? And in this level of reality, in this time of awakening, it's really hard to go, oh shit, I might have participated in the Galactic War that blew up Maldek. I could have been the one who did that technology. Oh shit, that's not me. I'm just light, right? But it is an aspect of ourselves, and we are in process of integrating all pieces of our soul signature frequency, our being, right? And it's about loving that aspect back. There's no judgment anymore. We have to go beyond that. That's the ego. Oh God, I can't be dark. I can't be dark. Oh, if I'm dark, I mean, can you hear all the things about the ego, that the ego will play out? You have to come from a space of compassion, realizing all we've done is play the roles because that's what the role called for. And that the camera's off, the curtains are going up, and ooh, I got to pull in all of these aspects, clear them, and integrate in love. You can't be in judgment over it. You can't be in fear over it. There's some pretty dark shit that we played. We did it, and we did it so well. I mean, we did it to the max. We were experts by the time we were through with all of that, right? And the technologies, here's the really cool thing, is the specialists who did all of the for a lack of a better term, the dark quantum, okay? The Galactic Wars, all of the specialists who made up the AI technologies and all the warfare technologies and guess what? We're all back. We're all back because we know how to undo it all. We were the ones who set it up. Yep, guess what? We're going back in. Boop, let's undo this. Okay, that technology, yep, we got to undo all of that because we were the ones who did it in the first place. Of course we send ourselves back in, right? Of course. We're the experts. We know how to do this. A lot of us are not conscious that we're doing that at this time. But at this level of consciousness, if you can ease into a place of compassion about, oh shit, you know, maybe there's some truth to that. Okay. Wonder what role I played, right? Can I love that back? Especially when we're looking at a planet that has been through so much. It's really hard when you see even what's played out in our lifetimes on this planet, let alone their experiences throughout the galaxy. We have to really understand that it was all part of the experience to understand the depths of separation, because that's why we're here. That's why we set it up. But now we're done. We're actually we're already starting into the next universal experience. We're already starting to birth the new. The good news is the faster we can wrap all this up, the quicker the new come in. That is a whole total different experience. This particular one had been very mind oriented. The next universal expression is heart. I'm ready for it. Let's get it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And I have to remind myself we can only go as fast as we can go. But how exciting. We're wrapping this up. We've learned everything we could. We're the experts. We have to come in, integrate it all, embody it all. But the beautiful thing is we're also, you know, people tend to think that they're just one kind of specialist. They just have one thing. And when they think about a specialist, they're thinking about, oh, what do you mean? I'm a specialist to be able to do something in this level of reality. So much of the skill sets that people are so trying to tap into, they can't get to yet because we're still clearing out the old. And what they're getting ready to bring in has never been here before. They can't go study it. Can't go learn it. They've got to download it. And it's not quite time. So many going, oh, I know I have special things to do here. I mean, we all have that, right? Oh my God, I know I'm here for this huge, huge purpose. What is that? You can't quite get to it, and you really can't study for it because it's not been here before. You're going to be the one that downloads it to bring it into this level of reality. And so a lot of people are like searching, take this class, let me take this class, let me learn this, let me learn that, let me learn this, let me learn that. And that's beautiful, but it doesn't, sometimes it never really quite hits because they know, well, man, there's something more than that. It's just not time yet. And that's the hardest because most of us come from spaces where manifestation was instantaneous. We haven't played. Many of us haven't played a lot at this level of consciousness. Let's put it that way. We haven't been here lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. We're, you know, back on planet for special purposes, and we've forgotten how dense and what do you mean I can't instantly manifest? What do you mean I can't connect up with my higher self? I mean, we're down here going, what the hell did we do? What were we thinking, right? How did we get back here? Oh, wait, I know something in my heart. It's big. Shit, there's something big going on. I know I'm here for a reason. And then we go back into the cycle, right? I know I've been talking a lot, and thank you for, I just kind of.
No, this is wonderful. It's so resonant, and it's wonderful for anybody new to receive it, and but also for those who've been in it for a while to remember and be reminded, and because we fall back into the waves of forgetting that that's why we're here. We fall back in away from our knowing, even though we don't have the physical knowing, but we have the higher knowing available. It's like, okay. And the patience that comes with that, because it's beyond hopeful. It's so just, it's right there. It's like that brass ring that we can almost quite touch now. We're getting closer and closer than we ever have before. So it's wonderful. Raquel,
yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, really, guys, it's going like light speed right now. What we've accomplished when we pass through the 2020 portal, so what, 11 months ago, almost 13, 14 months about. I'm so not in my body. That really sped things up. That is when the duality level, the binary level of things were starting to get shut down.
Yeah.
That was February 2nd. How quickly did COVID show up after that? It manifested, and when I say it manifested, for me, that was direct seeing how we're really starting to take things down. And those forces, if you will, on planet, off planet, embodied, not embodied, those forces that don't want this to happen, they don't want to lose control, bam, let's see. We're going to lock them down. We're going to make them so they can't even touch each other. You can't even, I mean, think about the level of another deeper level of separation and also trying to control, right? We went through that, and less than 6 weeks later, it started to really manifest hard in the 3D. And right now, with what's going on in the world, even I was talking to a client, bless her soul, she lives up in Vancouver, and was saying from this time last year, the hate crimes against Asians have gone up 700%. And I was like, that kind of makes sense, because the forces that don't want this to happen, and unfortunately, they're still there, right? We're unraveling the energetic foundation that exists. They're scrambling to stay alive, to stay afoot, because in the quantum levels, we're disintegrating what they don't have a leg to stand on anymore. Energetically, the morphogenic fields, the grid systems they've been running on, all of the ways in which they have influenced, we're taking them apart at the quantum level. And so they're scrambling. Oh my God, what? Blast more. Okay, we got to keep as many as we can that are in the lower frequencies, hating each other, crime. Hate crimes is like, oh my God, these people, if you really step back and look at it, under what circumstances would these people be spitting on their neighbors? They weren't doing it a year ago. What's changed, right? And it's that energetic warfare, if you will, to the ones that haven't raised their frequency, that are subjective to those kind of energetic influences, to try to keep everybody at odds, right? So as wacky as it may sound, when that kind of thing, with the influx of these kinds of things happening, we're getting closer. Whew, they're panicked, because we're just energetically at the quantum level, we're taking down everything that has allowed them to manipulate and keep us in lower states of consciousness. And I say they and we, and there's a lot of things that I don't really like to dwell on. Doesn't mean they're not real, right? But the good news is when this is getting heightened, and it's not pleasant to see, but if you can step back for a second, it's like, oh yeah, we're pushing their buttons. They're not like they're scrambling, because we really are moving beyond anything we've ever been able to do before. The shifts and things that are happening at the quantum level, like I said before, they haven't happened in this civilization. Hundreds of thousands of years. I mean, the stargates, like, let's go back, the grid systems that are being taken down energetically, right? We've all heard about grid workers. How many have heard the term grid workers, right? You bet your ass we're grid workers, right? And we're actually taking down the distorted ones, the ones that have been running reverse energy or lower frequencies or mind control or reverse technologies. We're literally we're able to take them down for the first time. And
Amazing.
that's really been going on since 2012, but hit the gas pedal went to the floor in 2020.
Amazing. Amazing what's coming through. Raquel, how is it, what technologies and energetics do you use to help your clients and people who follow you through this process to activate their light codes? Like, what are some of the tools?
Well,
Yeah.
the tools, because of my skill set, right? We called me a cellular light specialist and sound engineer. I'm really quite a quantum mechanic, if you will, as well, right? I help accelerate. All of this is going to happen, okay? You're going to have to go through the process of rebuilding your light body, of releasing the lower densities, of learning how to live and operate from the heart center. All of this is going to happen. All I do is accelerate the process, right? It's a natural process that everyone's going to have to go through. I just happen to have a skill set that can facilitate an acceleration. And because of my skills, because of my technologies and my skill set that I bring from throughout the universe, I can actually help people to unlock, release lower frequencies, clear out their fields, open up dormant pathways in the brain, through the circuitry systems, through the nervous systems, through the chakras, which are all changing as well, through the quantum levels of their body, through their morphogenic fields, all of that. And, you know, it's kind of funny. People ask me, well, where'd you learn how to do this? I didn't. I just knew. It just streamed in. I just had that. I didn't even know what to call it in the beginning. I didn't even know what I was doing in the beginning. So, multidimensional specialist, when that first came through, that wasn't even a word you heard. That was 30 years ago, right? I've not studied with others the way a lot of people would. I didn't study this. I brought this with me. And so I offer it to people, and I use light and sound and my energy to be able to help them release more quickly, to upgrade more quickly, to integrate their own essence more quickly. Like I said, guys, this is a process that is natural. All I'm doing is accelerating it. All I'm doing is helping you stay ahead of the curve, because there's many, many, many of us here that know we're the way showers. We know that we kind of have to be ahead of the curve because we're going to be bringing in all the new stuff. And what I'm doing, I'm not teaching you anything. All I'm doing is repairing your hardware so that you can connect and get your own truth. You can connect to your own higher self, your own skill set, not ascended masters and not angelic. I've never been. You're connecting to your own higher wisdom, and that happens when the circuitry in the hardware, which is your body and your energetic structure, when that operates correctly. And that's kind of why, you know, I put on my website, I'm like the light body a geek squad. If you're from the US, you know what a geek squad is, right? Those are the people when the computer breaks down and you don't know the hell why the computer won't work, you call the geek squad and they come in and they take out the back of it and they look at the panels and they swap that out and read. Okay. An analogy of the kind of thing I do, because our bodies, what we were born into, has been so dismantled. It's not hooked up right, and it hasn't been for thousands of years. Now, luckily, like I said, the newbies coming in right now, man, they're coming into a whole new bodysuit. The circuitry is completely different than what you and I and those of our generation are a little bit older are dealing with. We came in with the old model. Guess what? We have to upgrade it. We have to go through the processes. We have to reconnect things, put the circuitry together, unhook this, open up this, get these cells to take it in, get the information in. And that's what I do. And I do that through my ability through sound. It was really funny. I've been doing, you've heard me, John, and many of you who've heard of me on the call before. I do a bop, right? I do a really fast bop. There are thousands of informational packets that come out of one of my bops. I just realized this. I mean, the magnitude a couple of months ago, the magnitude of what that one sound coming through my circuitry can do. And when it comes into your fields, you can absorb what is appropriate for you. And the rest it's just sound waves. But it's a repair mechanism. It has layer upon layer upon layer of informational technology for your system to come back online. Everything that I do, you do it all distance. I always have. I haven't done hands-on in years and years and years and years and years. I think the last time I did hands-on, my hands went into the body and I freaked out, and I would never do that again. I'm not doing that again. My ego couldn't handle it, right? I freaked, right? So I started doing distance ones. But that's my job. That's my skill set that I can bring to assist, because the team here is phenomenal. The team that is embodied, that are, you know what, we got stuff to do. I know I'm here for a big reason. You're phenomenal. But until you get the circuitry so you can hook up to your own awareness and start bringing all that knowledge in, it's a little tough. So that's why for the last 20 years, I've been doing this. I've been doing it professionally for about 12, but for the last 20 years, I've been helping people reconnect and activate their body wisdom.
Amazing. Maybe the audience, people already raising their hands. If y'all want to ask Raquel your personal question, click on the raise hand button and we'll go through some audience questions here in just a little bit, and also take some questions that are coming in the chat. Before we do that, I want to go through the special offer that Raquel's brought onto tonight's show. It's Next Generation Light Body 2.0, and it's so on point and so just relevant to these influxes of energy that we've been receiving. These last couple of weeks have been particularly intense. My body's definitely been feeling it in different ways, even the way my dreams have been activated and what's been streaming through, and a capacity for telepathy like I've never experienced before with other people that is arising. So there's something surging through all of us right now. And this special offer is just golden. It's just a golden opportunity again to advance that repair of the circuitry and really activate what you have access to right now. So the link for the special offer, April's typed it in the chat box a couple of times. It's at the very bottom and at the very top right now. Click on that or go to beyondtheordinaryshow.com/Raquel24, and it'll take you to that same special offer page. And Raquel, if you'll guide us through this, through your special offer and what people will be receiving, that'll be wonderful. In the meantime, I'll start putting participants as panelists so that we can start taking live calls.
Beautiful. Well, this particular series is actually one of the longest I've ever done. It's a 14-day energy immersion. And I really do suggest that you do it in 14 consecutive days if you can. You always follow your own guidance, but it's not like I'm going to do 2 days and come back 3 weeks later and do the next one. It really does build. And it has, each day you receive a activation via an MP3, which has sound, it has light language in it. It's encoded with light information and music, right? And so that's one aspect, just one aspect of the immersion. When you do an immersion with me, I am meeting you in the higher realms. I am working with you and your higher self through the whole process. It also includes written light language messages that are literally light language written out. And that is for your soul to absorb. You're not really going to be able to read it, most likely. You may get an essence of what it's saying, but it's a heart-to-heart, beyond the egoic mind level of communication that speaks directly to your soul and to your cellular level. And then I also have encoded poems that for you to read and read out loud, right? To be able to bring that encodement through your own voice and through your own sound. And those are light encoded as well. And I also take you through different kinds of journal promptings to help you go deeper and deeper and deeper into this work. And I give all of those levels because they work at all different layers of your personality and all different layers of your physical body. The energetic work will go in here. It's the ego mind that we need to really work with a lot of times. And so that's why the light language, the sound, comes through in the way that it does. I don't talk a lot during the activations because I want you to be able to really go deep. I'll give you promptings during the activation MP3, but most of it is for you to just drop into your heart and really feel the waves. And if you don't feel the waves, see what you can sense, right? None of it's wrong. All of us have different ways of perceiving and the ways in which our bodies and our consciousness can take information in the best. That's why I do so many different modalities in it, along with having you journal as well. And so it's a 14-day, we go through and we start clearing your morphogenic fields. We start upgrading your circuitry. We start bringing in brand new encodements of light. All kinds of things are happening through your body systems, your circuitry, your energetic fields, and your cellular level. So it's really a profound 14-day immersion. And here's the beauty of it, guys. You go through it one time, you sit with it. A month and a half later, you get this hit. Oh, Raquel, oh, that was a cool series. I think I'm gonna do it again. And when you do, it meets you where you are in that now moment, and it will upgrade you again through that whole level. I find that absolutely fascinating that it happens that way, and that the work can kind of keep on giving. But it's a beautiful whole 14-day immersion into it. And it's that long because it's going that deep. And at the first level, I call it Light Body 2.0. It is the next generation of light body to really give you a fabulous foundation to continue to build on.
It's wonderful. I remember 10 years ago when you gave me your first set of life body activations, and you were guiding me to go through it, and how much that assisted in the activation, the awareness that was coming through me as well, and to help me assimilate. Powerful work. And this is the upgraded version for the times now. So amazing.
Yep.
Y'all, this is next generation tools. And Raquel's offering here on the show for $127, typically retails for $495 on her site. But for BTO, it's $127 with a 2-payment option if that's going to help you say yes more easily into the special offer. And again, to get to the special offer, April has typed it into the chat box. You can click on the link in there, or again, you can go to beyondtheordinaryshow.com/Raquel24. And Raquel, I'd love to get into some Q&A if you're ready for some audience questions.
Sure. I put on my glasses, so maybe I can see you better. I'm on a little teeny screen.
and
my travel
also,
computer.
Before the end of the call, you think it's possible that we can experience maybe a little light language coming in? A lot of people are asking for an experience.
Yeah, I'll do a little activation at the end just to kind of clear everybody's fields out, a couple of bops, some light language. Yeah, it'll be good.
Excellent.
Thank
All
you.
right, so we'll dive into that. All right, so let's go to our first caller. Carol Sullivan, let's go to you first. Hi. And when I call on y'all, make sure that you know where your unmute button is. So if y'all find it now, if you raised your hand and you're a participant, find your unmute button now so that we don't have to fumble around later during the call. Carol, hi.
Hi, I found it. Hi, Raquel. I love Tulum. I was there for a Reiki master training. It's a great spot.
Beautiful.
Yeah, love it. So when COVID first hit, I was one of the weirdos who loved it because I'm a major introvert. I love staying at home, and it was all great. I was, inspired to get a lot of things done around the house, creativity, making things. Lately, I have no inspiration for life. I feel like I don't want to work. I don't know. I'm struggling with a lack of inspiration, and I don't know. What do you have to
I
say?
hear you. I hear you. And one of the things, again, kind of dropping you out of your individual experience. We're feeling the collective. We are feeling what is happening in the fields. Whether you're really aware that you're intuitive and tapping into that or not, we're feeling it. And so you have to remember that there's 7.5 billion people on this planet, all of which have been affected by COVID, all of which are going through different stages of it. And I'll be the first to tell you too. I mean, there have been times since the first of the year, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm out of here. I can't take this anymore. I want off the planet. This is bullshit. They're on their own, right? I've been there where I've had to just cry it out. I've had to go, what the hell? I don't know if I can do this anymore. And then I have to, process that through and recognize, man, this isn't all mine. This isn't all mine. I'm a divine advanced being of light. I'm here on mission. This is really shitty. Okay, wait a minute. I'm here. A lot more going on. I don't see. Wait, I want out. I'm here on mission. Okay, let me get my big girl pants on. Okay, wait, I can do this. Woo, let's breathe. The whole world's going through this. Those poor souls. And you have to kind of ride the waves. And you have to pull yourself back in. Of course, you're going to feel uninspired. The state of the world is crazy, and it's still crazy, and there's waves of it. And there are different things that are trying to unlock and get processed, and you feel that. And you have to do whatever you can to break that pattern. I was just telling a friend, writing an email to a client today, saying, okay, I hear you. So put the music on, get up and dance around, move things in your fields, rearrange your closets, rearrange the drunk drawer. And I'll tell you, because it shifts the energy. Your house is gridded a certain way with everything in it, right? Mm-hmm. It has energetics that are in it. Even moving 3 or 4 things with the intention that I am breaking this energetic pattern in my home. I'm breaking this energetic pattern in my fields, and do it with intention, and turn on some music and dance around, and then cry and scream and go, whoo, okay, wait, I got that out. I am an advanced being of light. Whoo, back into my heart. Of course I can do this. Of course I can do this. The world is coming apart at the seams, and I'm here to help it transform. We are really being tested right now because we have been separated to another nth degree of separation beyond separation. Don't touch your friends. Don't even look at people. Oh my God, don't even smile. You can't see the smile because you got to wear the mask. I mean, you kind of have to really laugh at how much is happening to, again, suppress. And you just really have to drop into your heart. The thing that I have been cornerstone of my work for the last 20 years, you have to operate from your heart, and you have to make your decisions from here. When you can operate, drop down in here, get out of your head, get out of your ego, and come down here. You can really start to shift things. And you have to, I laugh. My pants can be pretty big at times. I'm not a small woman. I got to put my big girl pants on and bucket up. Woo! And then you get to release again, and be okay to release and know that you're feeling the weight of the world. Yeah. And be okay with it. But we are freaking amazing beings of light. And I'm sorry, if you're on this call, you're one of us. You're part of the team here. And you have to be able to step back into that and go, yeah, I remember, I know I'm a part of this. And our egos will get in the way. Who the hell do you think you are? You're just a little human here. What are you doing? You haven't got a job. You're not out of it. I mean, your ego will do everything to try to keep you out of that and go, who the hell do you think you are, an advanced being of light? Look at you. You're sitting here all mopey on the couch, right? During COVID. And you have to recognize when the ego is playing at trying to keep you down, instead of going, wow, I'm dropping into my heart. I know the shit that's going on. It's all illusion. Yep. This is a pretty interesting play we're going through right now. I hope that helps.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling in. Great to see you here. All right, let's continue to our next caller. Let's go to Elaine. Elaine, welcome.
Hi, John. Hi, Raquel.
Hi.
Well, you just answered my first question, because there are moments where I have doubts about why I'm here, because I'm not surrounded by people that see the world the same way that I do. And there aren't many people I can talk to about, what I'm experiencing. But I have another question. So if this polarity is kind of falling away, does that mean it's the end of reincarnation? Like, are we not going to incarnate again? What kind of a space now will we move into when we leave this biological body?
Okay, so that's a loaded question. I'm not sure how long this process is going to take. However, I will say that I have a knowing in my heart that I will not transition like others have. So let's just say that. I'm young enough. I look pretty young. I'm in my 50s, but I know I'm not going to. I have a sense that I'm not going to transition the same way that everyone has, right? So there's that knowing. When we ascend, which is opening up our light body, right? Getting that active again, we're moving into a whole different level of experience. And when you actually activate your light body and ascend your light body, you can move through time and space. Now, let me say that and say, I still haven't gotten the manual book down at this level of consciousness yet, how that happens, but I know it does. I know that we can move, we're not bound by this physical reality. We can move in and out of form. We're not locked down into, we were never, when we were first brought in as angelic humans, okay, the original Stalis blueprint at the 12D level and the 24D levels, right? We were never designed to age. We were never designed, hell, I just found this out from a colleague. We were never even designed to eat or drink. Whoa, right? We're going to move into a higher level of how this body operates, and we're going to be able to move in and out. We're not going to be in the same kind of form. We're not going to be in the same lockdown. You're in this and you don't remember anything. We're going to have connection to the higher selves. How long this is going to take in this level of consciousness?
Okay.
And if anybody tells you they know, they're full of shit.
Yeah.
You said that out loud and it's accurate. So thank you very much.
Because things are changing too fast. Nobody knows. I mean, stuff is happening too fast. There's not anybody who can actually say, oh, and it's going to take this year and it's going to take, it's going really fast, guys. It has to come down here. And how that's really all going to happen, I'm not really sure. But we are not going to age and die and be in this kind of biological form anymore.
Yeah. And my question for us in the process of the expectancy of when this shift is going to happen in the way that we mentally anticipate it is, what are we doing today? How is it shifting within us? How are we leading this charge that we're expecting in some culmination? But those little degrees of integration and embodiment It's what's bringing us a new sense of vitality that our body is able to adjust to on a moment by moment basis. So instead of waiting for the big boom, if you will, what's our part and how can we begin to perhaps enjoy this process with wonder and curiosity and knowing, with the knowing that we're doing something for the collective of humanity by the assimilation and the manner that we're saying yes to.
Yeah. And that goes back to awakening is an inside job and the ascension is a collective one, right? The more that you can live from your heart. And again, I'm not talking metaphorically. This isn't, oh, I'm going to be a sweetheart. This isn't, I'm going to be a nice person. It is literally the mechanics within your physical body and light body that operates right here at your high heart. When you start operating, thinking, living, experiencing your world from this part of your body instead of this one, and you live from that state of awareness right here, this is what takes you moment to moment to moment. Clearing out your fields and getting out of the lower depths. You know, we talk about manifesting things in our reality. We talk about, the laws of attraction. The laws of attraction are really real because not the way they necessarily were taught, but everything is magnetics. So the clearer your field, the clearer your body, the clearer you're out of ego and actually operating from your heart and running at higher and higher hertz, okay, faster and faster spin, raising your frequency by, first of all, attending it. Do you get up every day and say, I want to run my body frequency at the highest level I can capacitate today? How many do that? Hello?
Yeah.
Happiness 101, running the highest level, megahertz frequency, hertz frequency in my body and living from my heart. Because when you are at a higher resonance, you magnetically draw to you that which is in alignment. If you're drawing, if you are pulling in and having experiences that are less than what you want, that's because your magnetics are calling that in. Your magnetics are how you are thinking, how you are operating, how you are running. How is your ego playing all of this out? How clear are you? You know, can you start to recognize when your ego is running the show or when you're truly operating from source energy? If you are, and here's another thing that I cannot emphasize enough. This is, out of everything we've done today, everything I've said today, this is what I want you to take home. Whatever experience you are having right now, whatever is showing up in your reality, I guarantee you, it is your higher self trying to facilitate the fastest, quickest way for you to awaken, shift, and release. Let's say that again. Whatever is showing up in your reality right now, I guarantee you that your higher self is bringing this as an accelerated way to get you to clear, wake up, and shift. I bless this person. She knows who she is. I didn't ask for permission, but I use her analogy right now. Okay, what's happened to her? Beautiful client of mine, and if she's watching, thank you. We're not going to say her name or anything, but she just had an emergency appendectomy 2 weeks ago, and she's like, "What the hell?" From this level of consciousness, that seems pretty traumatic. What have I done wrong? Why would this happen? Why am I having surgery? But love, ego, human. But from a higher lens, that was the quickest way to blow out the density in our lower chakras. Can you look at it from that perspective? Can you move into a higher level? Why is this showing up? Ooh, what can I do? It's showing up for a reason. Everything in your reality, we are in fast track to clearing, upgrading, and raising our consciousness and our frequency. So if there's something not so nice showing up, other than maybe body aches, right? But if you're having conflict with a coworker or a family member, or you're having something, why did my car break down, right? Everything is a reflection. Everything is happening, and for your highest good. And sometimes it's a bleed through from other timelines, other levels of dimension. And what's going on here? I don't see the relevance. But if you still take that awareness and know it's showing up to help me clear something. As a matter of fact, I have a really beautiful technique that anybody who buys the we'll send that, called I can't even think of what I did it. Returning to zero point, and it clears clears things throughout all the dimensions, throughout all time and space, all parallel realities and alternate realities, parallel source systems. And I mean, it just goes on and on and on. When it's like, okay, why did my car break down? What is it I'm not paying attention to? And you can't quite figure it out. It's a tool that will allow you to clear it throughout all levels of your emanation through source, through consciousness, to help clear that and integrate it here into this level of consciousness. I know it seems really confusing because you're like, well, wait, I just want to, can't I just live my life? I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy and, you know, have COVID be over and let's all go to lunch and dinner and shopping. And I mean, all our normal things, but this is no normal lifetime, guys. Mm-hmm. Everything is an opportunity for you to clear, integrate, and raise your frequency.
Amazing. Thank you so much for the question. Raquel, I think we need to get into the transmission now. It's a perfect time. But before you do that, I want to remind you of the special offer. Raquel's adding in that returning to 0 points as well as part of the package. So you receive that in there as well. Fantastic. Again, this work is so resonant, and this body of acceleration, I want to call it, and you want to call it work. This body of acceleration is so powerful that I highly recommend it. The link's in the chat box. April's typed it in there again, or go to beyondtheordinaryshow.com/Raquel24. And Raquel, if you're ready, why don't you take us through the transmission?
I will. Sorry I took so long to answer those other ones.
Oh, it's great.
There's so many beautiful people here I would have liked to physically talk to, but we're going to interject. Oh, hi. Just seen a couple faces I know. But we're going to energetically connect right now. So let's go ahead, and first and foremost, it is all about operating from your heart. So I want you to bring your consciousness into this part right here. I'm too short. Right here.
Right here.
Right here, right there in your body. This is really should be your central processing unit. Okay, this is where your CPU is. Your direct connect to source energy always has been through the high heart. Okay, so close your eyes. I'm going to go ahead and take the glasses off. Let's just close your eyes. And if you can, put your feet on the ground, not have anything crossed if at all possible. And let's now shift your awareness into that high heart. And one of the techniques, geez, I've been using this for, 1,000 years, seems like forever and ever. But I want you to imagine your conscious mind. Geez, what the hell did she say 10 voices ago? Wait a minute, I have to go get my grocery list. Wait, haven't fed the dog. Wait, what's all of that's going on, right? Your mind and your conscious mind. I want you to gather it all up. I want you to throw a beautiful golden net like you're fishing, like the fishermen do. And I want you to just do that golden net all the way around mind, because we know it's not just in the head. And I want you to gather all of your conscious mind and your consciousness up in that beautiful gold net. And I want you to bring it into an elevator at the top 10th floor. And I want you to push the button to the first floor, and I want you to see those elevator doors close. And I want you to just ride your conscious mind from the head, where most of it actually is expressing, down into the center of your heart. And as that elevator door opens, I want you to just experience what it's like to listen to my voice from there. Put a huge pair of elephant ears on your high heart chakra so that you begin to listen from that part of your anatomy, that part of your body. And I want you to take just another beautiful breath, bringing your full awareness into your heart, and just allow your body to relax and just get used to being there in your body. And anytime anything else goes off in your mind, just grab it again and pull it right back down into the heart. So everything is starting to move through this mechanism in your body. And I want you to take another beautiful, nice, deep breath. And I want you to just set your intention to receive everything and anything that is appropriate for you in this now moment, anything that will serve you in this now moment from my work. And anything that doesn't feel aligned, just let it go. Just allow yourself to set the intention to receive at the highest level possible. And just allow yourself to stay fully centered. I'm going to do a really loud, sharp, quick tone, which is the bop, which is going to start moving things in your fields. I just want you to jump or be surprised. Bring your awareness into your heart. Keep it there. Just keep breathing deep into your abdomen. And I want you to just feel the bottom of your spine. Bring your awareness now to the bottom of your spine. And just allow everything and anything that is in the lower part of your body, in your lower chakras, in the locations of your hips, your legs, your abdomen, your solar plexus. I just want you to allow that to open for the intents and purpose of allowing anything that is of lower frequency that is ready to move out of your fields, out of your body, out of your cellular structure, anything and everything that you are ready and have access to release at this time to do so. Take another nice deep breath, please. You may start feeling a little bit of tingling at the Ascension chakra. That's the location at the back of your neck where your head and your spine meet. Beautiful. Beautiful. And just bring your awareness back to your heart once again and recognize the fact that you are a divine being of light that is embodying into this level of consciousness, this level of density, this level of reality. And anything that is not in resonance with the highest level of your unique divine signature frequency, able to release at this time. We're just going to allow that to start moving down your spine. Some of you are still not able to stay in your heart, and that's okay. It takes practice. It really does take practice. It's something that gets easier with time. But bring your awareness back there again. Some of you may be feeling a little bit of tingling going on in your teeth. It's just things opening up and releasing as well. As much as there is to release, there's equally, if not more, to activate. And each one of you are on your unique path. You're at your own level and this now moment, which is constantly shifting. Beautiful. Might feel a little bit in your jaws as well. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of encodements that are actually in the jaws and in the teeth of your body. This seems to be more where this group is taking me at the now moment. So we're just going to allow that to open up. Might feel a little bit of an ache going on, a little bit of a twinge, and that's okay. This is just opening up so it can start streaming into your body mechanics. Beautiful. There we go. Some of you have got some upgrades going on into your eyes as well. This is going a little further than I anticipated today, but we're just going with the flow. I follow the energy. I do whatever the group is calling for at this time. So this is beautiful. Take another beautiful, nice, deep breath, please. Take another beautiful, nice, deep breath. And once again, call in the highest level of your unique, divine, signature frequency of light. Many of you are feeling this in the front of your chest and your light body panel as well. Each one of you actually, quite frankly, getting exactly what you need in this now moment that you can capacitate. And that's the beauty I always find of my work. I'm always a little surprised and honored that I can assist each one individually, even in a collective group. And then just bring yourself back to your heart again and just allow your heart to expand. Beautiful, beautiful. And then when you're ready, just open your eyes and ask again as you go into meditation next, what consciously am I ready to hear or see that I was received, that was able to be received or integrated? If you want a little deeper explanation. Many of you got a lot with the eyes. You can really feel that in the optical nerve in the eyes, actually upshifting as well. Beautiful. How's everybody feeling? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
That was amazing. Wow. I felt it in my chest, in my throat. My teeth were getting the tingly also. It was, and my eyes feel like a coolness running through it as well. Phenomenal. God, it's been a while since I've received an activation and a bop from you, Raquel. I didn't forget, but it's nice to remember, which is so interesting, right, y'all? You didn't forget, but it's nice to remember. Amazing. Y'all, the special offer of Raquel, again, the link is in the chat box. Go into special offer. It's what we received today and so much more. And of course, we're going to be running the replay all week long. So y'all come back and listen to the replay, get into the full transmission that was today's call, and into this transmission at the end of the call as well. And be with it. Open your heart, open your heart, open your heart. Look how beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Such a
being on the
pleasure.
call.
Thank you
Yeah,
for-
it's wonderful to have you
thank you for
back, and
having me
hopefully you'll be
here.
back again. Yes. And
It's so good
with
to
all of
see
y'all. Yeah. It's wonderful to see all of you all on this call also. Again, the beings of light that you are, the light workers, the grid keepers that you are. Amazing. Amazing. This felt like home today, right? Felt like, yes, yes, thank you. Yes. So y'all are on it and rocking it. Thank each and every one of you. I bow to each and every one of you, and namaste. Have a fantastic evening, and I look forward to seeing you on the next call. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye, Raquel. Thank you.